My name is Habib Haruna, the Chief Executive Officer of Pure Trust Social Investors Foundation. We are a foundation formed to create a community of social investors to be able to mobilize social impact capital to drive development process in Ghana. Our mission is to build a community of social investors providing sustainable social impact capital to drive the development process to improve the quality of life of disadvantaged people and communities in Ghana. We envision a society where the well-being of disadvantaged people and communities is enhanced through social impact investing. We started this organization about 2 months ago, and we have been working to promote the idea of social investment in Ghana. The foundation works on 2 models, trying to address the challenges faced by NGOs in their quest to bring about development in Ghana and to the people to improve the quality of life of. We the executives of Pure Trust, decided to innovate, to adopt innovative ways of ensuring that we build in a means of sustainability that will ensure that we exist to provide services that improve the quality of life of people in a generational manner. We therefore opt for the social investment approach by building into our formula a sustainable capital that we will use in providing the development services. We work on a model that combines a traditional way of raising funds through grants and others from donors and other philanthropies, as well as raising capital through the issue of social mutual fund shares, which is an open-ended mutual fund scheme that social investors buy shares to provide the capital, which is then invested to be able to generate income. And then the income is donated by the social investor towards a particular development objective or cause that the particular investor nominates for his funds to be used in support. Our work based on our structure. Our social investment fund works on this structure. We have 2 options of social investment. One is philanthropic social investment fund, which is philanthropic social investor fund cycle. And at this cycle, the philanthropist, who is also called social investor, we refer to donors as social investors, selects or chooses or nominates a development objective that he or she wants to sponsor. The investor makes a donation to provide a pool of development capital. This development capital, the investor then specifies the type of donation, that is whether the donation is a restricted donation or unrestricted donation. Restricted donation is where the investor or philanthropist nominates a particular project and wants it to be used, his funds to be used directly for that. Unrestricted donations are support given by philanthropists to enable the organization functions. This, the unrestricted ones, give the discretion for administration of that thing to the foundation. The donated funds are transferred to the endowment fund depending on the type of donations. The donations that is made, whether it's a restricted or unrestricted type. Then from the endowment fund, payouts are made from the endowment fund as grants to the development unit of the foundation, which is PTS, for execution of the projects. The results are then communicated to the donor or investor, and if satisfied, the donor then repeats the investment and the cycle continues. Repeats another donation. This form of funds from the philanthropies is what we refer to as non-returnable capital option. Then we have the returnable capital option, which is based on the social mutual fund. And at this cycle, the social investor selects a development objective to be sponsor. The investor acquires the social mutual fund shares to provide the pool of development capital. This development capital, the pool of funds mobilized, are invested to generate income for the endowment fund. The income generated, each investor then donates part of the income generated from the pool of funds to the endowment fund. Then part of the income is added to the investor's fund, the capital. From the endowment funds, we make payouts from the endowment funds are made in the form of grants to the development unit for execution of projects. The results are then communicated to the social investors or investor, and the investor then repeats the whole process. This is a long-term program that is supposed to generate a long-term capital to ensure that the program continues to render services even where donor funds are not coming in as expected. So this foundation therefore does not rely on only one source of raising capital. So we use the investment capital approach, the investment capital and the income earning approach, and also the income earning and some social impact. Each investor here achieves both social impact, but the philanthropics achieve total social impact, whilst the income earning approach investor expects both income, financial returns, and social impact. All these works, the investment source of funds having raised money, the impact areas, the social impact areas to work that this foundation wants to work area are 6. So we have the thematic areas. We have the we want to ensure quality healthcare. And that is, we are looking at maternal and child healthcare. We are looking at mental health, and also supporting, we call them the deprived health sector improvement program, which covers mental health and leprosariums, to improve the conditions in leprosariums. We also have environmental sustainability programs and activities that will ensure environmental sustainability and to reduce the vulnerability in our environment. We also look at quality education, provision of quality education in Ghana. In this area, we are looking at improving career guidance and the guidance and counseling services in high schools for the boys and girls, and also providing educational learning aids in schools in the deprived areas of Ghana. Economic empowerment and social inclusion is one of the social impact objectives that we would like to pursue, as we pursue employment creation programs and gender issues, gender inclusions and other programs. We also look at micro enterprises and inclusive financial systems, and the investors are expected to select either one or any two of their interests to be able to sponsor. We also have a social impact in area of safe water, sanitation and hygiene and issues to be addressed. Each social investor whether philanthropic or income earning option, we have to select one of these social impact investing options that we like to work with. Now this is our certificate of incorporation. We operate legitimately in Ghana. We were licensed this year by the government of Ghana to operate this foundation as a company limited by guarantee. Then we were given our certificate to commence business the 9th of July 2014. This year we are working on building the infrastructure to be able to get the foundation on its feet. This is one of our philosophy. The philosophy behind what we do, which says that you should not only be a think tank, but a think do as well. You should not only be a think tank, but a think do as well. So as we thought of what should be done, we also got involved. We have also gotten involved in taking action to ensure that we have a sustainable system in the non-profit sector. We believe that this is an innovation in Ghana. We hope that in future it becomes an industry where others will emulate for a scale. It will move from the innovative stage to the scale. Other NGOs will see this, to adapt it, to be able to make them more resilient in delivering their services to improve the quality of lives of people. Yeah. So, our structure, we have a structure of building this, then that is the startup structure, and then the skill structure that we have. So we are looking at this campaign is about raising what we term as the enabling capital that will enable the organization to be on its feet, to be able to render the services and be able to market this idea around.